Hey everybody, welcome to lesson 3.6b, solving rational inequalities. So I'm going to go through a lot of this pretty fast, but the beauty is you just pause it and away we go. It will be brilliant. So let's see. Review. Solve and graph the solution set on a real number line. So I look at it and I'm like, alright, it's got to be less than or equal to 0. Okay, so what I'm going to do this one with just the little chart. So I'm going to make my little line, and I'm going to find what are my two zeros. Gosh, are there 2 zeros? 3 zeros? How many zeros are there? So I want you to do that, figure out the zeros, and then put them on the line, and we'll go from there. Sorry, it was tapping, so hopefully that didn't make weird noises. I'm going to push pause and just do it, and then it's going to go poof, and I'm going to come back and stuff will be done. You pause. So I figured out that my zeros were at 2 and 7/2, otherwise known as 3.5. So that just helped me put it on the number line. So I put it on my number line over here, and then I got 3 intervals because there were 2 just zeros. Alright, now I have to think, okay, what's my end behavior? Did you notice over here there's 2 of those, just one of these. So maybe you know back if you have a 0 and it comes up twice, what happens? So something interesting is going to happen there. So what we did the other day was we said, all right, I've got my 3 intervals. I'm just going to pick a number inside there. So I'm going to say 0 over here. Beaver, why'd you pick 0? I don't know, because it was nice and it was less than 2. Then a number between 2 and 7/2. Well, 7/2 is 3.5, so I'm just going to pick 3. Are there other things I could pick? You bet. It just is nice. Then I'm going to pick over here 4. Okay, now I come back over here, and I'm going to do each one of these things. So here I've got 0 right here. I'm going to plug 0 into that. So 2 minus 0. I don't care that the answer is 2. What I care is that it's a positive answer. But you see how that happens twice? So I'm just going to write it twice. Then, the next one, 0 minus 7/2 is a negative. So a positive times a negative gives me a negative overall. And I put a circle around it. Alright, now I'm going to try this 3. Plug 3 in over here. So 2 minus 3. That's a negative. 2 minus 3, again, negative. 3 minus 3/2, well, or 7/2. 7/2 is 3.5, so negative again. So negative times negative equals a negative. Now you might say, hey, wait a second, why did that happen? Well, because maybe you know that there's a bounce right here. So my graph is kind of going like that and bouncing down because the 2 is squared. Even powers make for a bounce on the graph. Then over here, I do 4. Let's grab purple for that. 4. So I plug 2 minus 4 is negative. 2 minus 4, again, negative. Did you notice that you could just do 2 minus 4 is negative 2 squared is positive? You could have done it that way. Then 4 minus 7.5, well, that's positive. Negative times positive equals a positive. Now I have to go back and think, okay, what even was my original, what was I doing? I gotta find when is it less than 0. Well, when does that happen? It happens from here to here. So my solution, therefore, what do you think? My solution for this one is going to be negative infinity to 2, parentheses, union 2 to 7/2. Now some of you are like, why didn't you just go negative infinity to 7/2? Because was it asking for when it was 0? No. So therefore, you gotta stop. Alright, so that's review. Hopefully that was good. Okay, these I'm just gonna go through and click them. You pause if you need more time. Solving rational inequalities, we're concerned with 2 things. The function's zeros, yes, and the function's vertical asymptotes. So here's this, for example, 3x plus 3 all over 2x plus 4. You know, hopefully, that it's going to have, sorry I'm yawning, an asymptote at negative 2. Oh look, here it is, kind of in the graphing calculator thing. And then I've got it's there, and then there's actually, do you know that there's actually a horizontal asymptote as well at 3/2? Let's see if you can figure out why. Okay, this little green cutie patootie, I don't know what that's for. The vertical asymptote and the zeros cut the graph into 3 different intervals. Alright, here's number 1. And, oh, the 0. What's the 0 at? The 0 is at -1. That's why that was there. Why is there a 0 at -1? Because if I set this equal to 0, I don't care about the bottom, because that would multiply up here and 0 out. So 3 times what plus 3 equals 0? That would be -1. So on this one, I'm going to call these points of interest. So I've got a 0 at, that's not the best marker, at x equals -1. And then I've also got a vertical asymptote at x equals -2. Figure out why. Alright, woohoo, there we go. Pause if you need to. Now make a table and test the 3 intervals. Well, I still have, so I just put out my table like I did before, and split it into 2 things. Vertical asymptote at -2, and a 0 at -1. Okie dokie, Smoky. So, I know, therefore, I've got -infinity to -2, -2 to -1, -1, infinity. Okay, right away I can look at, are my graph's going to be inclusive or no? Yeah, right there. That's going to tell you. So my ultimate goal is to figure out, okay, how do I get from here? Like, I want to know greater than or equal to 0. So I'm going to pick some, just like I did before. I'm going to pick over here -3. Okay, if I plug -3 into the top, I get 3 times -3, -9 plus 3. Well, that's negative. Then there's the number I got to do on the bottom. 2 times -3, -6 plus 4. That's a negative. Oops. I don't care what the actual number is. Okay, so I got a negative. So a negative divided by negative is a positive. So I circle that. What's between -2 and -1? Ugh. Well, -1.5. -1.5 plus 3. That gives me a negative on the top. And, oh, 1.5 times 2 is 3. -3, I get a plus down there. So that's negative. But then what if I, over here, it's not bigger than -1. How about 0? I always like 0. So I get 0 on the top. No, plus 3. Plus 4. Positive. Okay, what was the question? When is it greater than or equal? No, not equal to, so greater than. Well, right here. And right here. So I write out my solution as, where's the room? -infinity to -2 union -1 to infinity. There it is. Is that everything on this side? Awesome. Okay, I'm going to stop there. That's page 1, and then I'll hit a second video for the other one.